Assalamualaikum, my name is HANANI NAQIBAH and I will be presenting about introduction and literature review. For introduction, road pavement play a major part in society's infrastructure and essential in development. Flexible pavement in Malaysia are designed until 10 to 11 years design life to support load. So this pavement will experience failure that occurs when an asphalt surface no longer holds its original shape and develop material stress. In Malaysia, we use Pavement Condition Index or PCI method to monitor the road surface condition. For this project, we decided to choose 1 kilometer road along Jalan Kuala Selangor to Teluk Intan, Sabak, Selangor. The investigation is done through Google Maps, and from the Google Maps, we detected a few pavement distress along this road. Next, for literature review, Pavement Condition Index is a numerical rating of pavement condition based on the type and severity of distress observed on the pavement surface. The figures shows the PCI rating scales and correspond level of service and maintenance activity. PCI level are between 0 to 100, where 0 is the worst and 100 is the best possible condition. To calculate PCI value, we must have distress data which consists of distress type, quantity and severity. It can be assessed by visual inspection of the road. PCI rating is not a direct measure of the structural capacity, skid resistance or road roughness. However, it is an objective tool for assessing the maintenance and rehabilitation needs of a roadway section to an entire pavement system. By monitoring PCI on a regular basis, the rate of deterioration can be established, which enables to identify of repair and rehabilitation well ahead of time. PCI give out performance feedbacks for validation process which helps in improving the road and pavement design as well as maintenance procedure. PCI also used to develop network preventative maintenance strategy that's suitable to the pavement distress, along with developing road maintenance budget. In PCI method, the index itself must be both objective and systematic to be of value because the PCI needs to be based on manageable road sections, road inventory, and a classification and rating system for road defects.
So hi, I am NURFADILAH and I'm going to explain about objective and methodology. So for the objective, PCI rates the condition of the surface of the road networks, and the second one, PCI evaluates the materials and design of the pavement and also provide the present condition of the pavement based on the distress observed on the surface.
So as for the methodology, so the apparatus for the methodology is field record instruments such as data sheet, measuring tape, a straight edge, and also the layout plan. So first, identify the branches of the pavement by measuring the distress types and severity and record them into the PCI sheet. And then the pavement section divided into the samples units by marking so that it can be easily located on the pavement of the surface. And then number of sample units is determined by using this figure, and the number of sampling interval is determined by using this formula. So the sampling interval is run off to the smaller whole number. So this is one of our group's sampling interval, which is 2. Then the type and severity of pavement distress is assessed. So these are the pavement distress of our groups. And then the quantity of distress is measured and the distress data are used to calculate the PCI for each sample unit. So the higher the PCI, the better the road condition. So how to calculate the PCI? First, determine the deduct value. So add up all the total quantity of each distress type at each severity level and record them. And then obtain the percent density of each distress type and find the value of deduct value by using the distress deduct value curves. Step 2, determine the maximum allowable number of deducts, which lists all the deduct value in descending order, and then find the value of m by using this formula, and also can be also determined by using this graph. And then the number of individual deduct value is reduced to the m largest deduct values. So this one of the example of our groups. And then determine the maximum corrected deduct value. So for our groups is using surface roads. So the surface roads is the value is greater than 2 is determined as q. So the q our group's value is q is 5. So the 5 value 5 is reduced until it reach 1, and then calculate the CDV. So the CDV is determined by using this correction curve for acid pavement. So find the maximum of the CDVs and calculate the PCI by using this formula. And then the PCI of the pavement section is determined based on the PCI of the inspected sample units within the sections. So the higher the PCI means that it is a better road condition. Thank you.
My name is Siti binti AZIZ, metric number DF180081. I would like to present about our raw data and calculation. Data was collected at Kuala Selangor to Teluk Intan Sabak Selangor highway at 1 km length. The type of distress that can be found is alligator cracking, patching, pave hole, and bleeding. The severity level of distress is divided by 3, that is, low severity L, medium severity M, and high severity H. Data was divided into sample unit like this figure. With area of 6 meter times 1000 meter, the sample unit is equal to 10 sample. By using this graph, with the total number of sample unit equal to 10, and the type of pavement is flexible pavement, the minimum number of sample unit to be inspected is equal to 5. By using the formula, the number of sample unit in section divided by minimum number of sample unit to be inspected, the interval is equal to 2. The two sample unit with interval is equal to 2 are sample unit 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. For the calculation of PCI, this is example calculation of sample unit 7. The distress that was found in sample unit 7 is medium severity patching, low and medium severity pave hole, low severity bleeding, medium and high severity alligator cracking. Density can be calculated by using formula of total distress level divided by area or length of the road times 100%. Because the distress that found was in unit meter square, so they divide the area of the road. Deduct value can be determined by using distress deduct value curve. This is how to determine the deduct value by the curve. Next, to determine the maximum allowable number of deduct M, this formula was used for surface road. With the highest HDV that equal to 31, M is equal to 7.3. Because the deduct value is less than maximum allowable number of deduct M, so all the deduct value will be used is 31, 28, 28, 16, and 15. Number of deduct value greater than 2, Q is equal to 5. Reduce the smallest individual deduct value to 2 until Q reaches to 1 because the road is a surface road. From the graph, the CDF value that get is 62, 58, 58, 48, and 39. The maximum value of CDF is 62. For the formula, PCI is equal to 100 minus CDF maximum. The PCI value we get is 38. Based on the rating for PCI value of 38, the section of pavement is in very poor condition and the level of service is LOSE.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is EDELAH binti AFFANDY. I will present on the discussion. The first one on the data analysis. So based on the pavement Jalan Kuala Selangor, Teluk Intan, Sabak Selangor, within distance of 1 kilometer, we have found several types of distress along the road, such as alligator cracking, patching, pothole, and bleeding. So the road was divided into 10 sample units, but only 5 samples were taken were to be inspected. They were sample 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So for sample 1, the PCI value is 90. So this section of pavement is in good condition and the level of service LOS is A. So for sample unit 3, the PCI is 74. This section of pavement is in satisfactory condition and the LOS is B. As for sample unit 5, the PCI is 87. This section of pavement is in good condition and the LOS is A. In sample unit 7, the rating for PCI value is 38. This section of pavement is in very poor condition and the level of service is E. Lastly, sample 9. The rating PCI ni is 92. This section of pavement is in good condition and the LOS is A. So since the overall of the inspected sample have LOS, A, B, and 1E poor condition, we can conclude that this pavement did not experience like any critical damages. And then for the maintenance rehabilitation method needed to improve the PCI, so we have found 4 distress, which is potholes. For the first one, potholes can be repaired or treated by doing patching. This method of covering pothole or clearing gaps in the asphalt pavement. And then alligator cracking. Alligator cracking, we can apply asphalt overlay as well with patching deterioration. We also can apply asphalt overlay method. And then for bleeding, since it is caused by too many fines in the mix, too few voids, too much alpha in patches, can correct this kind of distress by applying coarse sand to blot up the excess asphalt binder. And then for major bleeding, we can correct it by cutting off excess asphalt with a motor grader or removing it with a heater planer. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Raudah binti HASIM and I will present about conclusion. In conclusion, PCI method is essential in a road maintenance work. This is because the PCI method is one of the medium for identifying the type of road damage, the level of road damage, and the type of maintenance activity that need to be carried out on the damaged pavement based on the pavement condition rating scale and the corresponding level of service and maintenance. Therefore, damage to road pavement can be well maintained. In addition, the life expectancy of a pavement can also be maintained by the selection of maintenance activity in line with the damage to the pavement. That's all. Thank you.